Quick impression for you. Caw, bang, fuck, I'm dead! Oh, this is already boring the shit out of me. Kill him!
There's power in stories, but the story of The Crow is different. It's a story within a story. James O'Barr created the comic to process the death of his fiancée. Alex Proyas directed the 1994 film as a Gothic masterpiece, and Brandon Lee gave his life to finish it. All these tragic deaths gave life to The Crow. It's a film about death that was touched by death. Something like that should never be remade. But this is Hollywood, and the studio decided to milk this cash cow. So, let's see what happens when you try to reboot a memorial. The first stage of grief is denial. In the 1994 original, we get a masterclass in narrative efficiency. The movie starts with the aftermath. Eric is already dead, and Shelley is barely hanging on. We see a wedding invitation in a crime scene. The young couple would not survive to see their wedding.
Shelley Webster and Eric Draven.
Wedding was tomorrow night.
This one brief scene was enough to give the audience the setup they needed to kickstart the revenge tale.
Who the fuck gets married on Halloween anyhow?
Nobody.
Two people deeply in love, ready to make their vows, looking forward to a married life, ready to spend eternity together until death do they part. A wedding is the smartest choice to convey their love to the audience because it naturally implies a future. The remake takes the show don't tell formula of the original and turns it into a full-blown show and tell, devoting a large chunk of the movie to the meeting and romance between Eric and Shelley. Nothing wrong with that, unless you make their scenes as cringy as possible, with gems like,
"If I'm ever hard to love, try to love me harder."
the love Eric and Shelley share in the remake feels less endearing,
What's the first thing you liked about me when you saw me?
and more like two immature teens having a high school crush on each other, bonding over sex, drugs, and trashing other people's homes with little regard for their future. It feels fleeting and temporary. In 1994, Eric is avenging a stolen life. In 2024, it feels like he's avenging a really intense summer fling.
I don't want it to end.
Doesn't have to.
If I'm supposed to care about Eric tearing through the veil of death, I need to believe in their love.
Jesus, this is crazy.
It's my friend's place.
Watching Eric and Shelley ruining their friends' bedsheets, raiding their medicine stash, and getting high doesn't make them endearing. It just makes them look like jerks. The 1994 original Crow looks like the embodiment of grief. Even the city carries the style. The style is pure Gothic poetry. It's rain, leather, and white face paint.
Like the coat?
It's a comic book come to life. The city of Detroit looks like a nightmare built out of industrial rot and neon. It's atmospheric. It's iconic. We see a city engulfed in flames, trash-strewn alleys, and Gothic cathedrals. The setting is just as much a character in the movie. The remake, by comparison, trades Gothic poetry for modern grime. The city is just a generic modern setting that came from a stock asset library, just as soulless as the story. Eric looks like a SoundCloud rapper who fell asleep in a tattoo parlor. The face paint, the most sacred part of the character, is reduced to some smudged eyeliner that looks like an afterthought. The 1994 film is a mood. The 2024 film is a TikTok filter. One feels like an urban legend. The other feels like a gritty crime thriller that happens to have a ghost in it. Though the action scenes in the 1994 original are few and far between, the movie makes up for it by having memorable villains, all with unique personalities that help them stick out. You have T-Bird, the leader who is always spouting biblical verses and loves setting up explosives. Fun Boy, who is a drug-obsessed maniac. Tintin, who is armed with knives. And Skank, the goofball of the group, giving the audience a clear indication of who Eric is going up against. It's almost like a mini boss fight that Eric has to go through, defeating them one by one and going up the food chain until he finally gets to the final boss himself. And it's amazing to see the Crow take them down one by one, using elements from each of the gang members to dispose of them.
Victors, aren't we all?
But the weakest villain of all would be the gang leader Top Dollar, who seems to only be driven by anarchy, which, to be honest, is quite a weak motivation to begin with.
Anarchy. Now that's fun.
But the villains are memorable, and they were given enough personality to stick out and shine. The action didn't need to be breathtaking because we're here to witness the delivery of sweet justice. And Brandon understood the assignment. He unleashes his rage, toys with his prey,
Man, don't do that! You nearly gave me a fucking heart attack.
or just pure silence.
What is it? What? Speak to me! Speak!
Giving us a myriad of emotions as he avenges Shelley. The action in the 2024 remake is tactical. It's very John Wick. The opera house sequence is a bloodbath, stabbings, decapitations, and hyperviolence. It's well choreographed, sure, and the movie benefited from modern CGI when compared to the 1994 film. But Eric Draven's vengeance feels empty, because the remake failed to give us any compelling or memorable antagonists. The henchmen are just generic guys that have no personality, with the exception of the evil blonde right-hand henchwoman and Danny Houston as a generic rich asshole who loves to whisper evil things at young vulnerable women and make them do evil things. Because evil. There's no rhyme or reason behind these characters, and when we get to the end and Eric gets to deliver the final revenge, the payoff seems hollow. This is where the comparison gets depressing. Bill Skarsgard is a fantastic actor, but he's fighting a script that doesn't know who he is.
What the fuck is going on here? Get your shit together!
Brandon Lee's performance as Eric Draven was captivating. He was brutal in his vengeance and sometimes creepy, with certain flashes of humor sprinkled in, spewing poetry and cracking jokes while delivering violent, swift justice.
Suddenly, I heard a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door.
Coming off as an unhinged rock star. And there were a few scenes where he showed genuine vulnerability.
Are we gonna vanish into thin air again?
I thought I'd use your front door.
Bill Skarsgard plays Eric as a brooding, aimless outcast. He's mostly silent, mostly miserable, and mostly passive, spending most of the movie either pouting or whining that he can't do it.
The Crow will guide you to put the wrong things right.
Oh, fuck this. This isn't real. You stay the fuck away from me.
The fact that he actually died 3 times and needed repeated resurrection makes his character look weak. When we finally get to the final transformation into the Crow, it seems unconvincing that this weak soy boy could morph into a genuine killing machine at the end of the movie. In 1994, Eric Draven was a man who happened to be dead. In 2024, Eric is just a body that refuses to stay down. Brandon Lee gave the character a soul. The remake just gave him a high pain tolerance. In the end, we have to accept the truth. The 1994 Crow is a myth. The 2024 Crow is content.
What the fuck is happening to me?
People once believed.
The remake tries to explain the rules of the afterlife, It adds a literal villain with demonic powers, and over-explains why the crow exists. But once you turn a ghost story into a user manual, you kill off all the magic and aura it carries. The original works because it was a supernatural revenge tale, and justice was served without explaining the terms and conditions. Hollywood tried to resurrect a body that was already at peace. They forgot that the most powerful thing about the crow isn't the powers, the paint, or the revenge. It's the feeling that even in a world this dark, love wins. The 1994 film was art born from rage and loss, deep, heartfelt, and poetic. The remake feels like a product manufactured for profit, soulless, generic, and ticking checkboxes. I'm VCR Guy. Thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel and see more deep dives like this, hit the like button and subscribe. It helps me fight the algorithm overlords. Let me know in the comments, did the remake have even a ghost of a chance, or was it cursed from the start? In Hollywood, it's always raining remakes, but Brandon Lee proved to us,
Can't rain all the time.
Plug the cord into the rust. Feed the tape, kick up the dust. The past ain't dead, it's just asleep. Buried under static, 6 miles deep. Flicker frame and analog scars. The ghosts are screaming in old VCRs. I break it down, scene by scene. Memory bleeds in the war machine.